can fly. Think
Creativity is what gives birth to all things, but it's typically always been more associated with artistic endeavors than with the corporate world. This point can be proven by the results of a study that says 8 out of 10 people in offices feel they're pushed more toward productivity than creativity. This means many corporations think productivity is the only thing that matters, and they aren't interested in employees being innovative. But they're wrong. Creativity might be more important than many companies think, and yet they rarely promote it. Well, unless you're Google. The history of Google. Before we know how Google promotes creativity in the workplace, we should first take a quick look at how the company was built. This will help us to understand where the culture for such leadership style was born. There's a rumor stating that when the two founders of Google first met, they disagreed on everything. It's shocking to think that Larry Page and Sergey Brin weren't on the same page at the start. In 1995, Larry Page was considering going to Stanford for grad school, and Sergey Brin was the student commissioned to show him around. It's funny to think about how the tech industry and the world would be shaped by the outcome of this meeting. By the following year, they'd become partners on a new project. They built a search engine that used links to determine the importance of individual internet pages on the World Wide Web. But it wasn't Google at first. No, this search engine was called Backrub. But it didn't take long for the name Backrub to be discarded for the name Google. The name comes from a play on the mathematical expression of a 1 followed by 100 zeros. This name was a better reflection of Larry and Sergey's mission, which was to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. Humanity thanks them for the great service of not sticking to Backrub. As the years passed, Google's popularity grew not only in academic circles, but also in Silicon Valley. Google was already improving access to information for academics, making it popular among bookworms, and in 1998, that popularity paid off. The co-founder of Sun, Andy Bechtolsheim, wrote Larry and Sergey a check for $100,000, and so Google Inc. was born. Up until that point, Google's office was just a dorm room. Larry and Sergey then moved the business into a garage in Menlo Park, a suburb in California. The garage belonged to Susan Wojcicki, who at the time was employee number 16 and now the CEO of YouTube. Crazy, right? The office consisted of clunky desktop computers, a bright blue rug, and a ping pong table. Since then, the company has always kept things colorful.